Hello everyone, here we have the 90s goth rock anthem, Black Number 1 by Typo Negative. Alright, and just to clarify off the top here, this is all based around that 4.5 minute version that's like the video and the radio edit, not necessarily that 11-minute album cut with all the interludes and all that stuff. So the more concise version, we'll say here. And so the initial intro and first verse there, it's just bass, but then the guitar will come in for that second verse, and leading up into that second verse, we do this cool little riff that happens at typically the end of the verses. So ending that first bass verse, you should say, we have this where we do open A to second, and then we do open D, okay, and then we do first fret A to open A. Okay, that little riff there. Alright. And then we can start getting into our verse pattern here. And you're going to want to palm mute on this. And it's just going to be some open E power chords. Okay, 4 of them. And then we go to the 3rd fret power chord on E for the G there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, then we come over here to the 2nd fret of the A, that power chord. It's B power chord. We do 3 of those, and then open A. Okay. Then we finish that pattern by doing A power chord, hit a 3 on the E, back to A. Okay. Alright, so then we just put those 2 measures together, and we're going to go through them 3 times. Alright, and this last time through, we do the first measure the same. Okay, just 3 of those 3rd fret power chords though, the G power chords, because we're going to end it with, of course, the little riff that we started it all with. Okay, alright, and now we have this pre-chorus pattern, and it's going to kind of shift up now to like an F sharp at the 2nd fret here on the E. We're just going to cut a couple of those, and then we're going to do a couple of string scrapes and hit a couple of quicker A power chords. So something like this. Alright. And then next measure, come up to 4th fret on the A, that power chord. So we got 4 on the A, 6 on the D. And we're going to hit a couple of those. And then quickly go down to the 2nd fret on the A power chord. Alright, then we hit an open A, and then come back to that 2nd fret power chord and give it a little bit of a bend and release there. Okay. Alright, so then you just put those 2 measures together and then repeat them 3 times. Okay, and kind of like the verse, we do that first measure again. Now we end it with this variation of that initial riff and ending riff of the verse. Okay, it's going to be the same thing, but it's just going to be bumped up 2 frets. Okay, so we're going to go 2, 4 on the A, 2 on the D, 3A, 2A. Okay, it's just what we did down there, but we're just bumping everything up a couple frets. Okay. Okay, now we're into the chorus, and this is just some fun alternate picking here, where we come all the way up to 7 on the A, 9 on the D, and we just start on that 9 of the D, okay, and we just go back and forth between that and the 7 on the A a couple times. And from there, we shift our position to 9 on the D, 10 on the A, go between that a couple times, and that'll be our first measure. Alright, in the second measure, we stay on that 9 of the D, but we bring our pinky up to the 12 of the A. If you got long fingers, you can use your ring finger too, whatever you like. Okay, and then we just go, that's all we do for that second measure, is just go between that 4 times. Okay, so then you just, like the verse and the chorus, we just do those 2 measures 3 times now. And of course, the last time we go through the 7s and 9s, and then we hit the 9 and 10 once, and then we do that finishing riff. Alright, now we have this bridge section. Pretty simple, we're just kind of doing some power chord chugs here. You can be a little more dynamic with these, it's fine. But we're going to do 4 open A's to 4 second frets on the A. Okay, so 4 A power chords, 4 B power chords. Alright, and now we do 5 F sharp power chords. So second fret on the E here, 4 on the A. Okay, and then just 3 open E power chords. Alright, and just repeat those first 2 measures 3 times. Okay, now we come up and we just kind of hit these single power chords going on here. That's going to be 2 for the first measure, where we do this higher voiced E power chord. So 7 on the A, 9 on the D. We go from there, couple counts, and then down to the B, the second fret on the A power chord. Okay, and the second measure of that will be a full measure of this second fret on the E power chord, the F sharp. Alright, and now we pretty much do it again, but we just change that first chord. Instead of that E, we're just going to hit an open A. So it'll be open A to second fret on the A to second fret on the E. Okay, A, B, F sharp. Okay, and repeat that, the first 2 measures again. Alright, and now we just end it by doing the open A to the B. Okay, now we go into another interlude. So just put that whole second section together now. Alright, now the outro, which is kind of like the chorus has been going for a bit, and the everything about the chorus, the vocal and all that kind of keeps going. The drums change a little bit, and then this guitar part changes. So instead of those alternate pickings, we're just doing this here, where it's more just some single chords, a couple per measure, and not too crazy here. So we're just going open E, a couple counts, and then to 3rd fret for the G power chord for a couple counts. Okay. And now we do 2nd measure, where we come up to the higher voiced E power chord on the 7 of the A, go from there, and then we're going to go to the A power chord, and we want to do it here on the 5 of the E, because we're going to be doing something with that a little later, so we just want to kind of keep it all here. Okay, so those first 2 measures. Okay. And then the second half of this, we'll get a little more riffy, where we do open E power chord to 3, back to open to 5. Okay, and then we kind of want to be using this A power chord, because that last measure, we're just going to hit it again and give it a slight bend. Okay. Alright, so then just put it all together now. Okay, just repeat that all the way till the fade out. Thanks for checking out the video, everybody. Like it, share it, leave a comment. It's always good to hear from you. Do me a favor and hit the subscription button. I put out a video pretty frequent, so you don't want to miss out on that. Check out the links in the description box below. I have really cool links for tablature books, all the gear I use, t-shirts, fun stuff like that. So thank you very much, and we'll see you next time.